An elderly man named Elias sits in a high-end executive office. He is surrounded by awards, mahogany furniture, and a panoramic view of the city. He is the CEO of a massive firm. Across from him sits a young, stressed manager named Leo, who is bragging about working 18-hour days. Leo leans back, smiling. "I haven't taken a weekend off in 3 years, Elias. That's how you build an empire, right?" Elias doesn't smile. He pulls a small, rusted key from his desk drawer and places it on the table. "When my daughter, Maya, was 7, Elias begins, his voice raspy. "She came into this very office. I was closing the biggest merger of my career. She asked if I could come to her piano recital that evening." Elias stares at the key. "I told her, 'Maya, Daddy is busy making money so you can have a beautiful life. Just give me a few more minutes to finish this.'" Those minutes turned into hours. I missed the recital. I missed the dinner. I didn't get home until she was asleep. Leo shrugs. "She's a kid. She forgets." "That's what I thought," Elias says. So I kept doing it. 5 more minutes, I'd say. Next time, I'd promise. I bought her a mansion, a car, the best education money could buy. But every time I gave her a gift, I noticed her eyes were looking for something else. They were looking for me. Elias looks Leo directly in the eyes. 20 years later, Maya got married. I offered to pay for the most expensive wedding in the country. She declined. She had a small ceremony in a backyard. She didn't even ask me to walk her down the aisle. "Why?" Leo asks, leaning in. "Because," Elias whispers, "I had spent 20 years telling her I was busy. Eventually, she believed me. She stopped expecting me to be there. I realized too late that you can't buy back a minute once it's gone. I have $1 billion in the bank, Leo, but I would give every cent of it to go back to that Tuesday night and watch a 7-year-old girl play a piano out of tune for 10 minutes. Elias pushes the rusted key toward Leo. "This is the key to my first house. It was small, leaky, and loud, but it was the only place where I was actually a father. Don't build an empire just to realize you're the only one living in it." Elias sat in his vast, marble-floored living room, surrounded by the finest art money could buy. For decades, he thought these walls were a monument to his love for his daughter. But as he looked at the wedding photos where he looked like a stranger next to her, he realized the truth. He hadn't built a home. He had built a museum for a daughter who no longer lived there. The Bank of Time. He began to reflect on a concept he called the Bank of Time. In business, he never missed a meeting because he knew the cost of a missed opportunity. But in fatherhood, he had been bankrupt. The missed recitals. He sent flowers instead of attending. The lonely birthdays. He sent a credit card instead of a hug. The silent dinners. He checked his emails instead of her eyes. He realized that while he was busy securing her future, he was systematically erasing himself from her past. Elias finds a note his daughter wrote him when she was 7, tucked inside an old briefcase. It didn't ask for a toy or a trip. It simply said, "Papa, can we walk to the park tomorrow? I'll give you my piggy bank if you stay for the whole hour." Seeing the price a child was willing to pay for just 60 minutes of his time broke the man who thought he knew the value of everything. Elias closed the old briefcase, the yellowed paper of the letter trembling in his hand. For years, he had been the master of markets and the king of industry, but in this quiet room, he felt small. He finally understood that the most expensive things in life don't have a price tag. They have a heartbeat. Elias spends his final years not making more money, but buying back time. He realizes he can't fix the past, but he can be 100% present for his grandchildren. Regret is a debt that interest compounds over time. The only way to pay it off is to stop spending your life on things and start investing it in souls. The story of Elias is a mirror for us all. We often spend our lives trading our time to earn money, promising ourselves that we will use that money to make our loved ones happy later. But later is a currency that eventually runs out. Don't wait for a milestone to be present. Don't wait for a wedding day to realize you're a stranger. Because while you can always earn back a lost fortune, You can never earn back the minute your child took their first step, or the moment they simply needed you to look into their eyes. Remember, the most valuable gift you can give is your presence, because the highest price you will ever pay is the regret of being absent while you were busy providing.